Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to this little three-part series, give or take, wrapping up 2K25 WWE for the foreseeable future. If you didn't check out the last episode, I'm not going to explain everything again or what we're doing here, so I recommend go checking that one out to kind of, grasp what this is and why. But we have the second part here, and we have our participants. Starting off with Green Goblin, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Harley Cameron, Harley Quinn, Jesse Ventura, Jinder Mahal, John Morrison, Kane from 1997, Craven, Magnum TA, Matt Cardona, Mystico, Moon Knight, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Freeze, Mr. Monopoly, Mustafa Ali, Nick Aldis, Omni-Man, The Punisher, Rick Grimes, Ricky Saints, The Riddler, Ronda Rousey, Rusev, Saitama, Sakura, Sean O'Hare, Shad, and Shane McMahon. We're gonna spectate them at the big fucking Craven poster in the middle of it all. But man, I'm looking forward to this one again. Sure hoping it's a fun one. I thought the last one went pretty well. I did. And I have a bit more time this time, so I can actually enjoy it a little bit more. Who do we got walking to the ring first?
Introducing the
Shane McMahon's going to be starting. Dear God, the skin complexion does not. Admittedly, I haven't used Shane McMahon too much, but dear God, does the face look like? Actually, it looks better on the. It looks better on the OBS than it does in the game. But my God, in game, does his face look like a melted pumpkin, or melted skin? While his oh, it's raining money too. I've never actually seen his entrance. But I might be one of the few wrestling fans that actually likes Shane McMahon as a wrestler and never had a problem with him being in the business. Admittedly, I'm not controversial enough to sit there and say that the 2022 Royal Rumble was good, but I am... Hey, and Magnum TA. I had a figure of this guy. An elite figure of this guy. And I always used him. I never knew too much about him. I watched... he had a best 2 out of 3 falls match with Ivan Koloff, is that his name? Nikolai Koloff? For the title. And he was like a big baby face in one of the territories. And while I don't know too much about Magnum TA, and it's unfortunate that he died in like a motorcycle accident if I'm not mistaken, it is, he's fun to use. I play with him quite often. Magnum TA, I find him fun to... I just find something about the old style and like the grappling of it and everything. I find something fun about that. People put a lot of time and care into old Magnum here, so it's gonna be Magnum versus Shane McMahon. God, I should have found a better Shane. I should have found a better Shane. Like the attire's fine. It's just the face. That P&G does not work with that skin tone. But these two are squaring off. And I would usually toggle the health bars and everything off, but then we lose the names, the counters. And because of the creator safe mode, I don't have the entrances on, and I didn't make the entrances, so I don't even know by music alone who's coming out. It's necessary for me. It's necessary for me to hear. John Morrison comes in at number 3. John Morrison was another one I downloaded very, very early on. Like, I think same day as Penta and them. He was definitely an OG. He's been here for quite some time. Oh, and gets Uno reverse carded immediately by Magnum TA. Going a bit old school. Interesting. Sorry, I was watching the LEDs on my headphones. I don't fully understand to this day, even though I've had the headphones for years. So chaotic triple threat between these two. Number 4 is about to enter the match. Craven. Craven's walking in fast and early. I mentioned Craven last. I love playing Craven. Super, super imposing. Craven is quite the powerhouse. We saw what Bane could do in the last Royal Rumble. I wonder what Craven might do here. Immediately shoving away John Morrison. Obviously, it's based off his Spider-Man 2, or Insomniac Spider-Man 2 design, but it's still well done. It's really well done. He is a massive friend. Rusev comes in at number 5. Rusev I didn't use too much. I liked having a Rusev, but I didn't do much with Rusev, which is kind of the same you can say of Triple H with Rusev right now. Craven in a way saved Magnum TA because Rusev could eliminate him right there. And Shane stops whatever they were planning on doing. So far, no eliminations. So far, but we're getting number 6. Craven could be gone. No, Magnum TA switches targets. John Morrison with some height on there. And Nick Aldis enters the match next. Nick Aldis was pretty well done, too. Yeah. I've played Nick Aldis 1 or 2 times, maybe. Admittedly, most of these guys I have because I wanted to have them, but I never actually ended up using. Because I always got so invested with, like, my friends and everything. Or I'll do this thing where I'll make, like, a match, like a multi-man match, whether it's Fight Night or if it's a backstage brawl. There's something where you can play for a while with a lot of people. And Mystico enters next. That's, we haven't seen Sin Cara yet, but this is, like, good Sin Cara. This is Sin Cara as WWE wanted him before they messed everything up. But I have this habit where I'll sit there, and I will go to the tab on the selection menu for created superstars, and I'll hit the random button like 10 times, and I'll pick that. Oh, Mystico's gone already. Goddamn. Not doing worse than Drilistico in the last one, but I'll hit the random button 10 times to see who I'll play for myself. And Harley Cameron, she's from AEW, and admittedly, I know nothing about her. I just saw her, I was like, yeah, okay, sure. But I know nothing about Harley Cameron, if you're wondering, and I have not seen AEW, and I don't know. But I'll hit the random button 10 times and just pick someone random for myself, and then for all my opponents, I'll hit the random button 5 times, again on the created superstars tab, and just make a match like that. So I play people at complete random when I am playing. And I think that's the funnest way, because I don't go after one specific superstar, it is what it is. Harley Cameron makes for the first woman to enter the matchup. I don't know why I downloaded Harley Cameron. I just did. She seemed appealing enough, and I didn't really have any other female superstars downloaded at the time, so I was like, okay, if I'm gonna have one, Harley Cameron. Mustafa Ali, I got him pretty early on. Didn't do much with him either. Always underrated, that guy. It's a shame. I mean, I'm glad he's doing stuff in TNA now, but... Oh, Nick Aldis is gone. Oh, and Craven just flies right in. Craven wasting no time. Hunting his prey. Boy. But yeah, Mustafa Ali is super underrated. If I was running the show, I definitely would have given him more attention, because he knew how to work. He did. John Morrison stops. I think that would have been a finisher, eliminating him permanently. Mustafa Ali with a Russian leg sweep. Shane McMahon could be gone. Shane McMahon is gone from the match. Shane O'Mac is out of here. Yes, sirree, indeed. But Magnum TA is still in, so one of the original 2 starting the matchup is still in the match, but Shane McMahon... Oh, and Craven. Craven hit, I believe that was a spear finish. Jinder Mahal, next one in the match. I'm also of the opinion that I did not mind Jinder Mahal being world champion. He had the physique and everything for it, you know. Say what you will about his matches and how they were produced. Who's to say much of that was his fault. But I'm of a very weird and I guess in a way controversial opinion, where I find a lot of the top guys very boring in WWE. And I'm not drawn to watching people like Cody Rhodes or John Cena or Roman Reigns. They don't inherently interest me because they're usually going to win. You know what I mean? That's not appealing to me. I don't want to know the winner of the match before it happens. They've never been a draw for me. So Jinder Mahal, I really enjoyed because it was something different. You know, that was the main appeal for me. It was someone that you wouldn't usually see in the title picture. In the title picture, doing something. And I thought, even if it was, oh, they're trying to work their way into the Indian market or whatever, I thought that was very interesting. I thought it was fun because it was unique and because it was not the typical guys that WWE loves to push. And so, that's kind of... I really enjoyed Jinder Mahal as WWE champion. And that's my 2 cents on the matter for the 5 people watching at home with the popcorn. Harley Cameron is out of here, eliminated by Jinder Mahal. Rusev going to look to try and eliminate Craven. I didn't even talk about Mr. Freeze entering the match because I was so focused on talking about Jinder Mahal. Morrison in the corner, Craven getting double teamed, manages to fight out of it. We saw Bane and Batman in the last one, Magnum TA with a nice catch. We saw Bane and Jinder Mahal's gone, eliminated by Craven. We saw Bane and Batman in the last one. We've got Mr. Freeze in this one. The Riddler, I believe, is also joining him. Oh, and Craven with a spear to Mustafa Ali. Another spear, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But Craven, interestingly enough, turns his attention to Mr. Freeze. And John Morrison gone. And then I think that was Rusev. And Rusev eliminates Mustafa Ali as well, who is still groggy from Craven's attack. Magnum TA could be in that. Magnum TA is gone. Both the original 2 were, and I was about to compliment Magnum TA for holding on for as long as he has, but no, Magnum TA is gone. Rusev's got 2 finishers, man. Rusev is an intimidating powerhouse in this matchup, but whoever is with him next, Harley Quinn enters the match. I don't believe we've seen her since the Pop Culture Rumble. Harley Quinn, I know this is based off the game that no one likes of the Suicide Squad. I always found this model pretty well done and was very, very impressed with it and how it looks and everything. I actually don't think it's a bad model per se. And Rusev's got his hands in some questionable positions. He's married. What the fuck? But no, I like this design for Harley. At the very least, in this game. I haven't played the other game to really... I do have it. You know, I bought it. It was $5. But Mr. Freeze dragging Craven to the right. He's got a finisher. Craven backs out of that. Riddler now entering the match. The Jim Carrey Riddler. This one I was really impressed with, how square jaw and Jim Carrey-esque they made the face. I was always very, very impressed with that. I think of all the villains, I've had Riddler the longest. And Rusev nearly eliminating Harley Quinn. Craven's stunned at the moment. Harley's going to look to try and lift up the massive Craven. A little bit of Marvel versus DC over here. And Alberto Del Rio, another controversial download of mine that people are probably going to be pissed at the same way they're pissed at me. Well, less pissed at me than the fact that I have Chris Benoit. I like, again, same thing I said for Chris Benoit. I try to separate the wrestler from the person. And as a wrestler, I always really enjoyed Alberto Del Rio. I thought he was always a solid worker. I thought, everything he did looked effective, and he was a very compelling heel. And yeah, I generally thought Alberto Del Rio was a solid in-ring worker, and I kind of always enjoyed his work. Of course, his actions outside of the business can be, well, he's not doing himself any favors. But as an in-ring worker, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Moon Knight is one of the few created superstars I tampered with, and I've talked about this many times already, but Moon Knight is definitely one of the OGs. It's just so fascinating that people actually managed to make him. But Moon Knight, I made an extra skin for as Mr. Knight. So, also got Greg the Hammer Valentine now entering the match. A full roster of superstars. No one's going to enter until someone's gone, and it could be the Riddler, but Moon Knight stops Craven from doing another elimination. Moon Knight's going to try now to eliminate Craven. A little Marvel on Marvel action for once. Rusev's down, Del Rio's down. We got Harley and Riddler squaring off. Craven eliminated by Moon Knight. Interesting. But Rusev, I think, now holds the record for the longest time in the match of everyone in the ring, if I'm not mistaken. I was also really impressed with Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze has done exceptionally well in this game. Oh, and Del Rio eliminates Harley Quinn. And Del Rio goes after the Riddler, Moon Knight, and Mr. Freeze. Rusev's getting back in the match. Rusev takes down his former League of Nations partner. Oh, and a Machka kick to Riddler. Riddler, I did have to tone down his overall. He was an overall 100, and I did tone that down to make it more fair. So I think I also at one point planned to do like a Batman video versus more of his villains. And so I couldn't really do that if Riddler was an overall 100. And then I just never went through with the plan. But Rusev's gone. Riddler just casually eliminating Rusev. Very interesting. Next opponent entering the matchup right here. This might have almost been fairly unpredictable, I gotta admit. Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona I downloaded, and then I got super busy, and I've never actually played Matt Cardona. This is the first time I think he's stepping in the ring since I've downloaded him. But here he is. He's always ready. Indie Stooge. Oh man. Oh, Matt Cardona could be planted right here, and I think that was the Riddler's signature. Del Rio was stunned temporarily. Got another person entering the match soon. Omni-Man, the last of the Viltrumites. Oh, and Riddler eliminates Matt Cardona right away. But now Omni-Man enters the match and goes after Moon Knight. That would be an interesting fight, although I don't think it would last too long. But I talked about Omni-Man, maybe not extensively, but for how I've been talking about people in the Rumble matches, fairly extensively in the last episode. Oh, and Omni-Man throws out the Riddler. And picks up and slams down Moon Knight by the head. Whoever designed the moveset for Omni-Man did a fantastic job. And Saitama enters at number 19. Last time we saw Saitama, he was less than favorable in his endeavors, but hopefully he can turn things around in this matchup. Saitama sitting at an overall 100. Of course, you could kill out everyone here, you know, with minimal effort. Oh, and that would cave in his ribcage, at the very least. Greg the Hammer Valentine, I think, is now Mr. Monopoly. This guy I have is just a meme. I just have this guy for the fuck of it. I saw them and I couldn't not download him. Like, it was just that funny. And he's an overall 100 and I didn't change it. It's a meme download. It's a meme download. Casual Mr. Monopoly Man. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one to win this match. Del Rio's got 2 finishers. Saitama's got 1. Moon Knight's got 1. Greg the Hammer Valentine's about to have 1, and Mr. Freeze is about to have 1. So we're looking at some pretty intense nuclear bombs on the horizon. Who else do we got? Sean O'Hare entering a number 21. It's a shame that I always thought this guy was going to be like the next big thing. When I hear stuff about him, or when like I see photos of him, I always like how does this guy not look like a star? You know? And it's just a shame he never was. Vince McMahon and his weird fucking Monopoly Man's out of here. Saitama, I mean, I guess if it's One Punch Man, that makes sense. But Saitama fucking eliminated Monopoly Man, an overall 100, like it was nothing. And he eliminates Greg the Hammer Valentine right after. Saitama, he hit 1 punch on fucking Sean O'Hare. Oh boy. Saitama's at perfect health, signature and finisher. Gang, we might be screwed. I think we might be looking at the winner of the match here. But Omni-Man comes in for the fight. Omni-Man just uppercutted him to space. God damn. Alright. Saitama returns a punch back to Omni-Man, who's currently knocked out. Moon Knight resting in the corner. Sean O'Hare versus Mr. Freeze. Alberto Del Rio versus Saitama. Such a shame Sean O'Hare took his own life. You know. For those of you watching, for what it's worth it, if you know someone suffering, if you're suffering yourself, there are hotlines. You know, regardless of what you may think or the pain you may be going through, there's always someone that will miss you. There's someone that is going to be affected by a loss and you want to love. So if you know someone who is suffering, just remind them they're loved. You know, there's not enough positivity in the world as is, so you really gotta, you know. So it's always helpful to remind them. It takes no effort, right? I'll never guarantee it. But Kane enters the match. Massive human being. I love how imposing this era of Kane is, you know? And he's so massive, and the person that made this figure of Kane did an exceptional job. Really captures the essence of just the monster he was. And Omni-Man eliminated One Punch Man! One Punch Man was just there to get rid of Monopoly Man. Aside from that, that was it. But Ricky Saints could get rid of Alberto Del Rio. And does he? Will he? We don't know. But Kane clubbing Mr. Freeze in the back. Del Rio fights on. Alberto El Patron. We supposedly had like a boxing match that went awry recently. I don't know the full story behind this. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but yeah, I don't know. Everywhere he goes, controversy seems to follow. Oh, and there goes Del Rio. Del Rio lasted a while though. He did do a lot. He lasted a while for what it's worth. Then Kane with a suplex to Ricky Saints. Admittedly, Kane makes Ricky Saints look like a twig. And Sean O'Hare's going to try and eliminate Kane now. And this Omni-Man's still there. I think he was going to help him, but Mr. Freeze has other plans. The Punisher enters at number 24. Punisher's in the same vein as Doctor Strange from the last video, where he's a guy that I downloaded specifically for the Pop Culture Rumble and intended not to use more, and then just ended up using more. You know? Just kept him around. Goddamn, Frank. Boy. Well, we saw Omni-Man get hit with Mr. Freeze's finisher. One of the rare times we've actually seen a finisher used not to eliminate someone in this match. The Moon Knight going to try and eliminate Sean O'Hare, who gets out of it. Jesse Ventura enters at number 25. Oh, and Moon Knight's gone. Sean O'Hare eliminates Moon Knight. And immediately goes after Jesse Ventura, who seems to be hitting the end of days on him. Did he have a finisher off the bat? Really? But Jesse the Body Ventura, everyone. Oh, could eliminate Omni-Man right here. Gets rid of Omni-Man and Mr. Freeze gone at the same time. I honestly kind of was expecting Omni-Man to win the match. I wasn't going to say, I was holding my breath, but I was kind of expecting it in a way. Oh, Kane can eliminate Sean O'Hare right now, and Sean O'Hare's gone. It's Ricky Saints. Fuck me. In my head, I was going to say Ricky Saints, and I was like, no, that was his AEW name, and then I said Starks instead, and I should have just trusted my gut. Ricky Saints, Punisher, Ventura, and Kane. We've got, I think, 4 more people left. 3 of these people have finishers, and Ventura's the only one that doesn't. I think Kane's looking to... Nope. Sakura comes in at number 26. I think I just like the model for Sakura. Looking at it now, I really don't know why I've kept her around, but I did. I do have it. I don't know why I have it. I have Sakura downloaded. And I'm pretty sure it's for the Pop Culture Rumble, and I just kept her around for a little bit. I deleted every other one but her. Why would I keep her around and not Kakashi? Oh, but Kane hitting a finisher, a pile driver on Jesse Ventura, who walks it off immediately, no-sells it. And Shad, God rest his soul, comes in at number 27. Ventura's gone. But Shad Gaspard has the giant trait. I've always meant to change that, and I just never have. But man, Shad, you know, takes me back. Because we have, my first WWE video game was Raw vs. SmackDown 2011. I'm sorry, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. So it was always like, I've known of Shad for a while. I know he wasn't used the most in WWE, but he was a pretty over tag team for a while. Mr. Kennedy coming in. The first person to not successfully cash in the Money in the Bank, if I'm not mistaken. And so, like, that was that. Shad was there, and I knew of him. Punisher nearly gets eliminated. I didn't know too much about him. And I found out he died rescuing his son, you know, which is a very honorable way to go out. You know, all the respect in the world to him. There goes Sakura, eliminated by the teamwork of Shad and Mr. Kennedy. Rick Rhyme enters the match, and Ricky Starks was eliminated by, I believe, the Punisher, but I could be wrong. And so, yeah, when I saw that there was a Shad in, like, the community creations, I figured, okay, yeah, I'll download Shad. And I've never tampered with his stuff to get rid of the giant thing that he has, but he probably shouldn't have that there. And now Kane going for a chokeslam on Rick Rhymes, who counters it. Rick Rhymes counters that. We saw Beta in the last match, and now we're seeing Rick Rhymes in this one. And Rick's just throwing down against a guy that's twice his size. And the last entrant of the match is Ronda Rousey, who, again, I don't know why I have. Ronda Rousey was an instance where I just... Oh, and a tag team again by Mr. Kennedy and Shad eliminates the Punisher. Ronda Rousey was an instance where I kept going to the community page, and while I was never planning on downloading a Ronda Rousey, I just kept seeing her in the community page to eventually be like, you know what, fine, fuck it, I'll download her just to fucking have her. I don't think I ever used her, and she looked good, but Rick Grimes immediately, well... God damn, Rick! Were you doing this for Call? We can all live together. But, like, the model was fine. They did a good job with Ronda. I never used to, but Rick, the big dick Grimes, out here taking everyone to school. My God. Kane with a signature and a finisher. Shad with a signature. Kennedy nearly with the finisher. Rick Grimes with a full bar of health. Kennedy trying to eliminate Kane. One of these four superstars will win this here matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And a drop kick by Rick Grimes, who is doing significantly better here than he was in the Pop Culture Rumble. I'll tell you that much. Then again, that's not like a hard bar to pass. He's finally doing better. And now attacks Kane. Big balls of steel. God damn, Rick. Maybe there is some beach ball. No, fuck. The one time I do Negan on camera and I can't remember who to do fucking Negan. I fed him spaghetti. I'm not growing a garden. Hey, Simon. You got a pen? But now Rick Grimes going right back to fighting Kane. He must see Kane as Beta and is like, he didn't even know Beta existed. What am I talking about? TV show Rick Grimes never met Kane. Oh, and Shad with the big boot. I'm thinking that was a finisher and a half, by the way. He's stunned now. And that could be it for Kane, and so it is. Oh, but Rick Grimes misses his signature, but he counters Shad's finisher or signature, whichever one that was. It's down to Mr. Kennedy, Rick Grimes, and Shad Gaspard. I should have downloaded a JTG. Why did I not do that? And eliminate Shad. It's down to Mr. Kennedy and Rick Grimes. Mr. Kennedy has a signature and a finisher. Rick Grimes has been doing a whole heck of a lot in this match. It will be crazy if he manages to beat... Oh, and we get this cutscene. We didn't get this with the other one, but we get this cutscene now. I think I also just downloaded Rick Grimes for the Pop Culture Rumble, but I kept him around. The amount of these guys that I never ended up using, but just had, and Rick Grimes hitting a submit. Rick Grimes from the Apocalypse is just crazy. He's hitting a submissions in the middle of a Royal Rumble. Even if Kennedy tapped out, it's not going to win the match. Kennedy with a signature, Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes has got a signature. If Rick Grimes can counter this, oh, well, there's a finisher. Rick Grimes uses some of his thing to get unstunned. We saw how that worked out at the end of the other Royal Rumble, too. Oh, this could be it for Big Dick Grimes. Kennedy misses. Kennedy misses. One too many concussions. But Kenny's still got a finisher, so he's got to be careful. Oh, going for it again. Okay, a double take, and there goes Rick Grimes, who admittedly did a lot in this match, and Mr. Kennedy wins. It's a shame he never got his dues in WWE. You know, there was definitely a time where they really wanted him to be something, and then they, a misdiagnosis, and that was basically that. Such a shame. But that wraps up for us another Royal Rumble match. What an interesting thing. Let me quickly see how many people we got left. Whoops. I can't possibly imagine we have that many to go, right? If I go to Superstars, of all the female, we used all the female superstars aside from Toni Storm. Okay, so there's one there. There's a +1 to whatever we come up with. Now we're excluding my friends. We got fairly down. We didn't see Goblin. Again. This is the second time we put Goblin in Rumble. We didn't see Goblin. So that's 1. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 8. 8 superstars left. Sounds good. So, that means we got one more of these to do, and then I think I've got some special final video. Otherwise, the second Maximum Carnage pay-per-view to get done. And that is the goal. So, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you guys with more 2K25 very, very soon. More gaming, more vlogs, whatever else comes. I hope you enjoyed. It's the weirdest fucking alarm I think I've ever heard. Later, guys.